Great, good, good. This last set of videos I just uploaded from 1970 through 1973 is what I'm going to label it. And I'm giving you a thought here that yesterday, okay, I'm very limited with time restraints here, I did a set that much more accurately describes my childhood development, okay? You've seen some present-day context come into play here, and I didn't want that to happen. It didn't happen yesterday, and I want to make sure that's absolutely clarified, okay? I'm sure this will be at the very highest level by the time it's said and done, okay? Now, there's a lot I'm missing here as far as my childhood. That's why I'm going to try to put that on a different playlist on YouTube here. I'm going to retain both sets of videos. Okay, I am now picking up 1974. Let's see how far I get on this review. 1974, I was 14. I was 8th grade, and I've already touched upon it. I'm taking on grown-up aspects. I understand it happens right about, what I can tell, about 12 years old is when you normally, begin. Yeah. Very well established, as you can see, the difference between right and wrong. We learn. Were the beliefs impressed on me? I wouldn't learn it. I had to experience it and come back. My parents were fantastic. How much better could it be than that? Not perfect. Nothing's perfect. I'm going to keep referring to Wayne Coll. That's not a social science issue in any manner. It's the influence he had on me. I'm taking on grown-up aspects now. Okay? By the time I'm taking a guess, 12. It's a different context. Very cliquish. Okay? Like sheep. Kids mature and take up different contexts and have different things in common. You associate, relate, of course. Okay? So, for the next couple of years, I continued in my teenage years. Now, in 8th grade, I've already shared that. We're growing each day. Okay? And, we're learning about grown-up stuff. Just the beginning. I'd say about 12. Okay? My parents concluded, building on curiosity, go out there, learn it, and come back to us, to letting me know that curiosity, growth, and maturity goes on indefinitely. The best. I am so fortunate. I am so fortunate. That is the best development I know of. Think about that. Building on curiosity, growth, and maturity goes on indefinitely. I think they let me know because for some reason I know it, or I take it that was the conclusion of that growth stage. I am so fortunate. What that foundation laid. Most fortunate in that respect. You learn. What I was going to say is, see, what I understand is the beliefs, okay? It's highly developed on me. Fully validated for decades. Very fortunate. Very, very. Maybe that's why. I was very, very fortunate to experience only the highest level of honesty, integrity, the healthiest context. Okay? And so, in 8th grade, we tackled on the first. Became a top athlete in junior high. Okay? I began to understand more grown-up stuff. I didn't understand, a lot of present-day events. I didn't understand anything about Vietnam, what happened in 1972. Hippie, I didn't quite understand. I didn't know anything about that at all. It was just a Deerfield record shop from 5 years ago. And it began to take on different contexts as we mature and grow. And some people were younger than me, but I veered towards people who were getting more experience. That's what really attracted me. I found that to be very interesting. Okay? Very high level of growth from a very early age. Where does social science come into play? It's after junior high. We just were going on jogging, following the electric lines, an hour a day, 17 miles in a day. That's pretty good. And you start outgrowing. As I mentioned, I went through Wayne J's Cole. Yes. Let me. Now this is on the original childhood reviews. It gives you a complete rundown, and I'm trying to put that on a different playlist instead because of some present day aspects. I didn't want that to happen, but it did by my emotions. Okay, and 1970 through 1972, the Walkers, 3 backyards over. I didn't know them that well, but I knew them when they came out to the neighborhood. There was something about Walk with the Walkers. I know nothing about exactly what happened with Dan Walker. I didn't see Mrs. Walker in the front door. That was when I was much younger. 8, 9, okay? And I got to start playing Kick the Can and Ding Dong Ditch. All these neighbor kids would roam through the neighbors' backyards and play Ding Dong Ditch. We were just kids. I mean, I'm probably going back earlier. I mean, earlier than 1973. And by 1972, I was playing Kick the Can on Norma Lane with Margaret and Billy Walker and Keith Forrest, and Debbie French. She moved in where the Whiteys were. Okay, I'm skipping all over the place here, but you got a good feel. Okay, let me get back to the Walkers. Margaret and Billy Walker, I didn't know anything about Walk with the Walkers, but I do know that 1971, 72, we played Kick the Can, Ding Dong Ditch. Okay, it was during the summer on a couple of occasions. I was only in their house once or twice. Okay, some of these people were old, some of these neighborhood kids were older, like the French. I believe she was, well, at least she took on that role. She appeared that way. Okay. Margaret and Billy Walker, I played Kick the Can. I was number 32. Okay? And it was later when I got into junior high. Okay? About a year and a half later. So I didn't know what happened. I just know that Margaret and Billy Walker, we played Kick the Can in 1972. Next thing, there is a Secret Service vehicle outside their house when I began junior high. Now, that was in 8th grade, and I do want to keep this to 1974, so I'm just going back there. Okay? I'm trying to keep it within the time range. I'm going over 3-4 years there, I know, earlier. And the present day, as far as 1974, Secret Service vehicle from Illinois, and they were gone. Dan Walker became the governor of Illinois. The Secret Service was out there for 6 to 12 months, and that was it. William's long gone. The Paganos are behind us. Backyard neighbors. You're growing up. And you pull out of childhood, and you take on, adult, aspect. Now, let's see how much time I've got here. Okay, the original childhood, review is much more accurate because I'm including, a lot of grown-up stuff that I keyed head on. Exactly those time periods, head on. It's just my eyes, the way I'm retrieving all those memories from what I experienced We all cherish it, but we continue to mature and grow. And I'm normal in that respect. Very, very fortunate. The maturity and veering towards, sure, what I'm aware of, extremely fortunate. It couldn't get much better than that. No. No way. Not with 1974, I began a freshman by 1975, and things all was different. Okay, we pull out of the junior high, we continue to grow and experience, and by then I was definitely considered well on the way of being a business professional. The Pagano, CB radios, big thing, because in 8th grade I took on a whole different role of friends, okay, and I did something, and my dad asked me, how much you charge? I'm like, huh? I was 14 and doing stuff that grown-ups was already doing. And it's obvious, I was encouraged to build on curiosity, but they concluded that it goes on indefinitely. Curiosity, growth, and maturity does go on indefinitely. As a freshman, you know what it's like. I'm very cliquish too. There's the seniors. I was never bullied. I explained that in the original, review of my childhood. Never bullied. I was biking 17, miles a day. Now, there's a whole lot more as far as personality. You're talking about a much larger population base at Deerfield High School. And I excelled particularly in the electronics field. I was doing research. I was beginning to learn, experience, build on curiosity of all those aspects. I'd go to the library and pick up, books and start researching the social sciences, all this interesting stuff. Very, very fortunate, because that curiosity does very fortunate. As a freshman, sophomore, normal, very fortunate. Yes, the best. Tony's Subs. Oh, originally, everybody knows on my Facebook page that it's, was originally on Deerfield Road, Tasty Queen, Anthony's Beef, and the village was doing a lot more development downtown, very transparent. It was in the works for a long time. Deerfield Review, it was our local newspaper, and I'm starting to think I'm grown-up stuff here, and that's included Walter Jacobson too. Oh yes, tremendous influence to learn about grown-up stuff, things I could never believe I heard about, because where we were, it was only the highest level of honesty, integrity, the healthiest context. And Walter Jacobson had a lot of influence on me, okay? You look at someone building on curiosity, Wayne Cole, and the teachers, what I'm learning about, and here I am, someone that's very unique, that builds on curiosity, very fortunate in the later years. And so I continued on as a freshman and sophomore. And is this a good time to archive 1976? I was going to cut it off here. Let's do that. I'm going to say I'm a sophomore in high school, and I'm about to do a whole lot more growth. Okay? And I'm still a teenager. Man, I built on. Everyone who knew me, I was a smart one. We're all equal in intelligence, but I was definitely highly developed from a very young age. What has been unique, and I'm very fortunate, I understand that is in the healthiest context. That is who I am. the best. My development, I understand, is normal. Extremely fortunate. We grow up, and what I understand the development on me, I am so fortunate. I'm just not saying that. It's what I've learned. I never knew anything. I had to learn it, what was said to me. And see, by what I learned from other people, I learned what was true about me. Now, we make mistakes, and we do. We're human. And they were corrected at a very early age. If you don't know about something, okay, I have always been honest. I will always do right. And it's not what I believe is right. It's what I understand is an incorporated norm which I've always followed. I would never deviate from the norm. I never have. I found the social sciences be particularly interesting. I've done tremendous research. That personal development is an exceptionally high level. My mother did have a bachelor's degree in psychology. I'm still a kid, remember. I'm a teenager. And I'm 15, 16. So let's conclude this one, 1974 through 1976, okay? I hope I got these dates correctly. I'm going to continue on disclosing so you get to know me a whole lot better. I thank you. Investment, time. Thank you very much. I guarantee you, skip ahead next decade, you're going to get a lot out of that. I'm very, very fortunate. Thank you. Thank you very much.